name is Melissa Cáceres, and here are my note cards for this speech, and here are my audience members for today.
Maricela.
Kevin.
Erica.
Anaid.
Amy.
How many times have you been asked or wondered, what is art therapy? There are many ways to describe art therapy, and often a story is a powerful way to share its work, which I will share at the end of the speech, so stay tuned. There are many uses of art therapy. Art therapy is more than just arts and crafts. According to Kenra Cherry on verywellmind.com, the art therapy is the use of artistic methods to treat psychological disorders and enhance mental health. Today we will go in depth on how the use of art therapy can help children deal with traumatic stress, adolescents with psychological stress, and older adults. Art therapy can be used to help children with traumatic stress. Art therapists stimulate children's creative expression by helping children visually express and record experiences, perceptions, feelings, and imagination. Several play activities include toys, puppets, props, and games, and such as art mediums to express moods such as coloring and or painting, which can help understand something about the child's emotional experiences. Now that we've seen how art therapy can help children with traumatic stress, let's move on to how art therapy can also help adolescents with psychological stress. During adolescent development, psychological stress can occur often. As adolescents mature, they form the ability to understand abstract concepts and to form perceptions. The desire to find their individual self is processed through stages, such as they can go through intensive absorption with themselves, exaggerated dependency on peers, and withdrawal from parental influences. Here we have an example made by a 13-year-old boy, who drew the two sides of how he sees the two sides of his mother who battles alcoholism. This picture was taken off of an article by Shirley Riley on the Western Journal of Medicine 2001. Now that we've seen how art therapy can be used to help children with traumatic stress and adolescents with psychological stress, last but not least, it can also help older adults. Adults aged 60 and up are often placed in retirement homes, nursing homes, or home care, which can cause depression and anxiety. Older adults are also more prone to develop mental illnesses such as dementia or Alzheimer's disease, which art therapy can come in and tap into the lost feelings and memories in older adults without having to use verbal language. It can help them with self-discovery clients will acknowledge and recognize feelings that have been lurking in their subconscious. For patients with memory loss, it is a way to show family members that they still remember certain moments and events. It can also help them with self-esteem. The process of artistic creation can instill feelings of self-worth and confidence and can boost motivation and purpose. It can also help with emotional release, which can give the client an outlet for feelings and fears that have been unable to be expressed. It lowers depression and anxiety, and it's an everyday stress relief. As you can see, the uses of art therapy can help children with traumatic stress, adolescents with psychological stress, and older adults. I would like to conclude this speech by reading a testimonial story by Laurie Dombroth from arttherapy.org called Beth's Gift to Her Family. I work with many adults, many who have dementia. At the Easter Seals of Greater Washington Adult Day Center in Silver Spring, Maryland, several years ago I met Beth, who was in the late stages of dementia. The disease had progressed, and when I met her, she was no longer verbal. So together, Beth and I began to explore different art materials. I relied on any subtle changes in her face or body movement to find an art material she would be receptive to. One day, I offered her a Buddha board and placed a wet brush in her hand. I guided her hand to the board, and she began to make marks on her own. I was hopeful that I had found her medium. The next week, I tried watercolor. We put the brush in her hand, and she began to move the shape until it was enclosed. The staff and I were unsure of the meaning of the image, but we're delighted that in that moment she was able to make such a deliberate image. Beth died a short time after. Her family came to the center to thank the staff shortly thereafter. On that visit, the staff showed them the painting and they understood its meaning immediately. Beth had been a labor and delivery nurse, and her daughter was expecting a baby in the coming months. Beth had found a way to tell them she knew. Hannah was born on Beth's birthday. And this is the image made by Beth, which you can see it's a baby in the womb. This story is a constant reminder to me how important this work is. I hold on to the idea that even when it seems as if a participant can no longer express themselves through guided art, making it is still possible. Thank you.